1st of January 2023 and I have got myself silver. Not only silver, but it is bloody massive. Absolutely huge bit of silver. Welcome to the fields of Perthshire and the first dig of 2023. It is the 1st of January. I'm out with the newly cleaned and incredibly handsome looking XP Deus 2. I'm going to go with program 3, which is sensitive full tones, which seems to be my go-to program. And I've got a great site to detect today. I am back on the medieval village and fort site, which was, if you remember, there was a fort here from sometime towards the end of the 11th century all the way through until the 1650s, when it was destroyed by Oliver Cromwell during what they used to call the English Civil War and what they now call the War of the War of the Four Countries, because the Civil War wasn't just in England, it actually began in Scotland. So that's them trying to modernise history. So we also know for a fact that William Wallace, our very own Braveheart, was here in around about 1297, and he destroyed the fort that was here because at the time it was an English garrison. So I'm not going to babble on anymore. Huge potential, and we got a few medieval finds the other day, so let's see how we get on. I've just remembered as well, I forgot to mention, on our last dig I got this, which I thought could have been some sort of old bronze weapon, and several of you are telling me that this in actual fact could be part of a Bronze Age sword. And if it is, then there could be more off that other field. So I've got a GPS of where this was found, so I'm going to go back in a few days, first chance I get, and I'm going to re-scout all around the area where I found this. But chances are, if this is part of a Bronze Age sword, then this is going to be 3,000 to maybe even 4,000 years old. How about that for a find? Right, let's see what January 2023 is going to bring to the Scottish Detectorist. The first signal of 2023. And it's a screamer. Maybe too good a screamer, to be honest. Thankfully, the ground is almost thawed out. Now, I've mentioned before on the last time I was on this field, and I got some fantastic medieval artefacts, including a hammered coin. Fingers crossed, one of them on the first day would be tremendous. But this, even though it's a fort and a medieval village, is not a scheduled ancient monument, so it is not a protected site. And that's the reason I'm able to detect it. The landowner has given me permission. So, we're out the hole, straight away. A great big gold hammered coin would be tremendous. That is not a gold hammered coin, but I think we've got a great big bit of lead on the first hole. We do. Well, let's try and straighten that out a little bit. The first hole of 2023, and it produces a big triangle of lead. Well, it could be old, it could be ancient, I mean, who knows, it could be hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of years old, but we'll never know. It's better than a tin can, but not quite as good as a coin, but it's a start. It's taken me a while to get a decent signal. I've had a couple of bits of tin foil, a couple of bits of aluminum, but pretty consistent 75. Let's do a little live dig, seeing as the ground's nice and soft. So, in or out? We're out. God, it's so much easier having thawed out ground, I tell you. Right, well, let's get the Garrett carrot somewhere. Thought we had a clod shot there, but where is it? Something round? Oh, I think it is. There is something round. Right, let me stand up because I'm getting a wet knee. Clear that off. Right, what do we have? I think we've got lead. I tell you what, we could have, oh no we don't. Well, it could be. I was going to say, have we got a lead token? I think we do. I can see a couple of dots emerging. We've got a lead token. Now if you remember, we had what, 2, 3, maybe even 4 of these the last time. Oh, look at that, it's a cracker. That is a cracker. That, folks, is a lead token. Dropped it. First drop of 2023. Now the other ones were plain on the back, and I think they're just scratches, to be honest. But that is a lead token, or a tally. It's got a little bit of a nick out it. That wasn't me though. It's almost like a pinch. But yeah, there we go. So a few people commented, and the general gist was that these potentially are from sometime around the sort of 12th to 16th century, seemed to be what people were suggesting. Maybe 17th century, so gaming tokens, counting tokens, different purposes, sometimes apparently even traded for currency. So if you know, then let me know in the comments. I'll need to compare this for size with the others, but it looks about the same to me, I would say. Great, brilliant sign, and hopefully many, many hundreds of years old. Maybe even touched by William Wallace. That right there was the lead token, and right here, barely 2 steps away, is a screamer. 97. It sounds like a coin all day long. Not convinced it's silver, it's just got a bit of a tone to it, but let's see if we're out. We're out. Oh, I tell you what, it sounds good. It's definitely not lead. Come on. Let's see. Is that it? Nope. As you can see, I'm not getting any better at using my pinpointer. Haha. Maybe I am. That's it. Okay. We might have a coin. We might have a coin. I'll check the hole in a wee minute. Ah, turn off. There we go. Right, I'll double check the hole in a little minute. But I think we've got a coin. Or a button. I think it's a coin. It's quite chunky. Right, there may be a bit of detail on there. Yeah, maybe Georgian. Maybe a halfpenny or something. It's copper. I'll need to dry it out. And I'll get back to you in a little minute. Then get the bendy thumb on it. Right, I've let it dry out a bit. And I've got the bendy thumb on it. And can you see a head facing to the left? Just get you out the wind. It's a head facing to the left. Now, I thought George II, maybe a George II halfpenny. However, turn it over and look at that. That is a thistle, which means this is a lot older than George II. That is Charles I. Because that head faces left, Charles II faces right, and then it alternates every other monarch. Now, this is a bobby, which is a sixpence, Scottish copper sixpence. And this one is in remarkably good condition. Now, copper coins normally don't do very well in the soil, but this field is very, very sandy. It's difficult to see at the moment, but clearly it has made a big, big difference in preservation. Around the edge it would say Nemo me impune lacessit, which is who dare meddle with me. Basically, if you mess with me, I will mess right back at you. And that's the motto of the Stuarts, the House of Stuart, which dates all the way back to the 1380s, to Marjorie Bruce, the daughter of Robert the Bruce. And they were the monarchs. Their line continued all the way through to 1714, to Queen Anne, which was the last of the Stuarts. Well, official last of the Stuarts, because Bonnie Prince Charlie was also a Stuart, who unsuccessfully tried to take the crown back as a Jacobite. So you can see the thistle, the national flower of Scotland, and unfortunately for Charles, he lost his head. 1625 to 1649 he ruled, and he got his head chopped off because he went to war with Parliament and Oliver Cromwell's new model army, and he lost. So that is a brilliant coin, possibly from the same period as the famous sacking of this castle in 1651. Great start, well done XP Deus 2. I've just been working my way up and down around where I found that coin and also that lead token, and we've got a little signal here. A little bit weaker, 70, 71, but still, it's maybe a bit of lead, or a button. Well, it sounds a lot better now. It must have been on its edge, whatever it is. Out with the Garrett carrot. Ah, what's that right there? Do you see that? That is it. I think we've got another token. We have got another token. It's another cross. Look at that. Oh, this one's double-sided. This one is done on both sides. That looks slightly different design on that side. Right, get the magic toothbrush. As I said before, that's my New Year's resolution, is to try and not forget everything. That's a funny one, isn't it? It's almost like a 5-point star almost, with one, looks like only 2 dots rather than 4. The other side. The other side's only 3 dots and a cross. So, there you go. Another lead token. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? So, similar size to the last one, and I'm guessing pretty similar in date as well, but if anyone knows what that symbol might mean, then let me know in the comments below. And also, if you know a date or have seen something very similar, then again, let me know in the comments. Great sign and another good find. We've got a little surface find. I saw it just a split second before I ran the detector over it. Can you see it, is the $1 million question. I'll give you a clue. It's right there. Well, that was a bit more than a clue, but I think that's it. 80, 81, and I think it's going to be a bit of lead. Do you see it right there? Now this bit of the ground is frozen, but it's given it up. And I think it's actually another one of these seals. If you remember rightly, Martin and also, was it Albert? I think Albert got one as well off the old trackway field a few days ago when we did our, what was that, Boxing Day or New Year's Eve dig or something we did. So a few days ago anyway. This one's in pretty good condition, R&A 26. That is in origin, that is from the Netherlands. So there's a lion in a shield with a crown above. And this is a flax seal, so this would have been attached to bales of flax that came over from the Low Countries. And it probably dates to around the 17 or the 1800s. Lots of milling and industry. I'm very, very close to the river here. And I know there used to be an old mill about 100 metres away from where I am. They often laid after they turned the flax into linen, they often bleached the linen in the fields by laying it out and basically just letting the sun bleach the fabrics. I know, sun in Scotland, who'd have thought it, but it did work. So there we go. That is a little lead token. I'm happy with that. Very nice find. Those two holes, right and left, produced tin cans or bits of tin can. Fast forward just a few feet and this hole here, 96, 98, a screamer of a signal, sounded like just another shallow piece of tin can. However, look at that. That is a bloody massive silver coin. Look at that. I don't believe it. That is an absolutely gigantic silver coin. It is polished flat. We've got some letters. LVS 2. OL. So it's Olus. It's not Carolus. This might be Charles. Charles II. That would make it 1600s. Look at the size of it. Oh, it is. It's Carolus. Charles II. My God. Look at the size of that coin. That is an absolute stonker. Look at the size of that. I don't know if have I ever had a silver Charles II before? I don't even know. I think so. I must have. But I've not had one this size. My God. Right. I'm going to get all this mud off me and I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, that is a very, very worn silver coin, but it is an absolute stonker of a coin. It is massive. I can just make out the letters BR, F, I think it's FRA. So that means that would somewhere over there, it would say MAG, Britannia, FRA, France. And then it would say Et Hibernia, Rex. So basically, Charles II, King of Great Britain, France and Ireland. Now you can see, you can just make out there would have been a shield there, and there, with crowns above each. And that is an absolute monster of a coin. Now when I cleaned it up, it's got lettering round the edge as well, which I'm assuming would say the year of his, the year the coin was made, or the year. I think there it looks like it says V111, which would be 8. So I'm not sure if that would give the year of his reign. But the other side is better, thankfully, because otherwise I would have just thought this is maybe a Victoria that's been polished. You can see the head clearly looking to the right hand side. Carolus 11 de Gracia. Charles II, by the grace of God. So Charles II was restored to the throne following the death of Oliver Cromwell, and he was restored in 1660, and he ruled until 1685. His father Charles I, who I found earlier, had his head chopped off when he went to war with Parliament and Oliver Cromwell and lost. Scotland declared Charles II King of Scotland, and in actual fact he was crowned at Scone in Perthshire in 1651. He was the last ever crowned monarch in Scotland, Charles II, but he then fled to France, where he stayed with his cousin Louis XIV, if I remember right, gave him a palace in France and a very healthy pension. And then in 1660 he got the opportunity to return, and he did. So we had a period of 10 or 11 years without a monarchy in the United Kingdom. We were a republic, or a commonwealth, and then we became a monarchy again, which continues to this day. That is an absolute cracker. That weighs about an ounce. I'm assuming it must be a crown, or maybe a half crown, I'm not sure, but that is an absolute stonker of a coin. 1st of January, what a start to the year. This field is going to be epic. This field is just going to keep producing the goods. I am over the moon. Right, I need to shut up before you all stop watching. Look at that. Let me know in the comments below. What a start to 2023. Okay, I've spread out. I've been doing a spiral, working my way out from the coin, which is over there. That's where the huge silver came from. And right here, we've got a screamer. 88, 89. This is why I metal detect. Honestly, see the buzz that you get. What could it be? I think it's out. I think it's out. I think it's in that clod right there. No, it's not. No, it's there. Oh, it's there. What's that? Oh, might be a bit of junk, actually. Well, that would be an anticlimax. Oh no. Oh, it could be a coin, actually. Or a button. It's a bit high for a button. Oh, it could be a coin. Come on, don't be a button. Yes. Right, I think it's a coin. I think it's a coin. There's something on it. I'm just not sure exactly what. But there is something on there. Right, as before, I'm just going to have to let this just gently dry out. Just give it a little light brush. I think it's copper. It could actually be a turner, which is a 2p. Right, we'll just let that air dry. There's definitely something there. There's a 1-1. Right, I'll just let that air dry, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. We'll get the bendy thumb on it. Unfortunately, I think this side is had it. Can't really see any detail on there. There's something going on, but I just can't make it out. The other side, though, is better. Look, I can already see a crown and the letters CR11, Charles Rex. And the 1-1 stands for 2p, because it is a turner, as we would call it in Scotland, which is a copper 2p piece. Oh, there we go. There you go. Look at that. Charles II. No, not Charles II. Charles I, I think that is. But the 2 is 2p. Copper 2p piece. Or a turner, as we call it in Scotland. That is beautiful. So that is the father, potentially, of the huge big bit of silver That is a great sign. So 3 coins from Charles I and Charles II, plus 2 fantastic lead tokens. What a day. This has been tremendous. Well, I expected that I was probably going to have to do a couple of days detecting to pull together enough footage. I mean, I had high hopes for this field, especially having got those lead tokens and the hammered coin the last time, but this field's just been phenomenal. I'm just still spreading out from the big bit of silver, which was just over there, and got a really, really nice signal here. $85 could be a coin, you know. It's a little bit frozen here, but it's not too bad. We're out. We're out, and it still sounds really, really good. Right. Moment of truth. Ah, there's something green. We've got a coin. It's not an old one, but it doesn't matter. A coin is a coin. Don't get me wrong, I love old coins, but it's I'm losing the daylight because well, I should have only been out for an hour, and I've been out for, well, I should have been out for maybe an hour and a half. I've been out for over 3, so I'm going to get into trouble when I get home. Yep, so that is Edward VII, the son of Queen Victoria, Dirty Bertie, the Playboy Prince, as he was also known. The date is 1906. So he ruled, as I've mentioned before, from 1901 to about 1909, 1910, smoked and drank himself into an early grave, having waited 60 odd years for his mother, Queen Victoria, to die so he could have his chance. But it is a coin, and I'm always happy to see Dirty Bertie. Well done, XP Deus 2. We have a mid-tone, 59.60. My wife has just phoned to say, where the hell are you? You've been gone for 3.5 hours. You said you were going for an hour and a half. And I'm going to have to go and pop in and see the landowner. I've actually got a bottle of whiskey in my car for him, so I'm going to go and stop in and show him these coins, because I think he'll be amazed. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right there in front of me. Couldn't even see it. God, the light's getting so bad. But yeah, I've got a bottle of whiskey in the car for the landowner. I'm going to pop in, keep him sweet, and I'll get to show him these coins. I think we've got a thimble. It's a flattened thimble. Seen better days. They often are a bit mangled. Let's get the brush out. I'm going to probably struggle to focus soon. Yeah, it's got a big crack in it as well, but it's a thimble. Not particularly old, I don't think, probably a couple of 100 years at the most, but still, it's a find. Right, let's see if we can get anything else on the way back to the car. It was a good idea to wash the XP Deus 2 and get it ready for a new year. This is a little mid-tone, 66. Sounds like there's a bit of iron in there as well, but maybe it's masking something better. Right, we're out the hole. Come on, a nice big hammered coin just to finish off what's been a fantastic day. This is the problem when the light starts to go. You can't. Right, somewhere in there? Yes. Okay. Right, well, what little light we've got. What's that there? Ah, there's something, look. Right, that's it. that is it. It looks kind of decorated. Let's get my brush. It's maybe a buckle fragment. Look at that. That is interesting, isn't it? God, this field is brilliant. Every hole has got potential, really does. Look at that. It's clearly something. I've got no idea what though. Let's see what the back's like. So it's copper or copper alloy, and yeah, it's a thing. So it looks to be plain on the back, but very heavily decorated on that side. Can't see any obvious sort of motif or shape, but it looks like it's broken off of something. Could it be part of a buckle? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. But also, is it medieval? Could that be pretty old? Let me know in the comments below. What a day! Right, I'm going to have to make this my last signal because I can't get near the car. If I keep swinging, it's going to be pitch black in no time. So we've got a 51. This will be my last signal. I'm going to have to turn the machine off. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever. Unless, of course, it's a gold hammered coin, in which case I'm going to pitch my tent out here. Right, in there? Yes. Right, we've got a wee clod shot just to finish off. What's that there? That is the dreaded tinfoil. Well, you can't win them all. Sounded just like a hammered coin there for a second. I thought, oh, we're in with a chance. Right, stick that junk in my pocket, and before I lose the light, I'm just going to show you what I found today. Oh my God, what a dig that was. What a dig. 1st of January. What a start. What a start. Right, so we've got a little lead seal. We've got a Charles I copper 2p. Look at that coin. Oh my God. Oh my God. Charles II. First one of them I've ever had. Then we've got his father, Charles I again. Then we've got a lead token. Then we've got a little buckle fragment. Then we've got a thimble. Then we've got a big bit of lead. And then we've got another lead token. How about that for 3 hours and 45 minutes of digging? Now that is tremendous. Absolutely over the moon. Wait till the farmer sees this. He is going to be blown away because he fell in love with the lead tokens. Never mind this huge silver coin. So, and then I've got a great big bottle of 12-year-old Highland Park from the Isle of Orkney. Well, what a start. January the 1st. Off to a flyer. Thank you again for all the new subscribers. And if you are not already subscribed and you like what you see, then hit the like button. I'm away to see the farmer, and I hope you're all having a fantastic new year, and I wish you all the best for 2023. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next dig.